As a sixth grade math teacher, one of the main things I see is multiplication issues. The main thing that we need to know, fifth grade, sixth grade, going into seventh grade, is how to multiply. There are multiple ways to do so, including the original way, but I'm going to show you some intervention ways where students that maybe struggle with multiplication can use. So let's start off with the first one, multiplication with ratio tables. Using this ratio table, what is, and basically we're just going to go through and find the amount for each one using our ratio table. One of the first things that you need to do is just list the first five multiples of whatever your main factor is. In this case, our main factor or our main number is 5. So I would just simply fill out my ratio table or my T-chart based off the first five multiples of 5. And we know 5 is an easy multiple to know. So we're going to pretend like we don't know any of our multiples, okay, as we're looking at this. So our first one is 8 times 5. So to get to 8, we can add, we can subtract, we can double, we can triple, we can multiply, we can use different factors. The main thing is using these five numbers to come up with 8. What can we use on my left hand to figure out 8 or to get to 8? And I see a few different options. So, one, I know that 4 times 2 would give me 8. And with that being said, I will use what is connected over to the right hand side to do the same thing. So I multiply 4 times 2, so I would do the same thing. 20 times 2, that gives me 40. Are there any other ways to get to 8? Yes, 5 plus 3. So we know that 5 plus 3 will give me 8. So in this case, I would go 20, 25 plus 15. And that also gives me 40. So these are just some kind of different ways. Let's go ahead, let's move on to a harder. So in this case, we want to know 15 times 5. And I would do the same thing. Use my left hand side to determine some ways that I can get to 15. Now, of course, if I'm going 1 through 5, I would have to double, triple, make my number a lot larger than what it is. So in this case, is it anything that we can multiply to get to 15? Yes, I see a few ways. I see 5 times 3 will give me 15. I see 3 times 5 will give me 15. So these are just a couple of different ways that we can use. So in this case, let's go ahead and just use my 3. So 3 times 5, that gives me 15. And whatever I do on my left-hand side, I also do on my right-hand side. So in this case, I would go 15 times 5. 15 times 5. And that gives me 75. Let's keep going. So now this number is extra large. So let's see if we can figure out and use our thinking cap and see if it's a number that we can double, triple, subtract, add, multiply, factor that will give us 42. Okay, I see multiple steps. Let's try it. So first thing I saw, I know that 4 times 10 will give me 40. And then I would do the same thing on the other side. So I know that 20 times 10 will give me 200. But I'm not quite at 42 yet. I'm at 40. So now what can I add, subtract, multiply, divide in order to get to 40 to 42? You got it. I can just add 2. So we know in this case, 2 represents 10. So In this case, 42 times 5, that gives me 210. I hope this helps. Join me more for ratio table using multiplication.